Rajwa, the bride of Crown Prince Hussein, whom she will marry on June 1, enjoyed a night of henna, a celebration reserved for women, at which she sings, dances and paints her hands. With just over 2 weeks to go until Prince Hussein, 28, of Jordan, becomes a married man. On June 1, the heir to the Hashemite throne will marry Rajwa in a ceremony attended by members of the royal family, such as Kings Juan Carlos and Sofia, as announced. Kings Guillermo and Maximo of the Netherlands with their eldest daughter, Princess Amalia, Federico and Mary from Denmark, Victoria and Daniel from Sweden or Con from Norway, among others. The celebration has already begun with the traditional henna festival, from which Rania from Jordan shared some impressive photos. In addition, an excellent free concert was announced a few days before the link. The bride has already managed to celebrate one of the great moments before going to the wedding, which was organized by her future mother-in-law, Queen Rania. Following the tradition of Muslim weddings, Rajwa was surrounded by about 600 women, including a number of ladies from the Jordanian royal family. In addition to the queen, there were princesses Ayman and Salma, her future daughters-in-law, who met at the Zaran Palace in Amman, or more precisely, at Madrab Bani Hashim. Representatives from all the governorates, towns and valleys of the country did not want to miss the great royal feast of the bride-to-be, a party reserved for women and held a few days before the wedding. It is a sort of farewell to the bride from her birth family and her transformation into a married woman with new responsibilities. In addition to singing and wishing good wishes to the bride, henna drawings are also usually made on the hands of helpers. 9 professionals decorated the assistants' hands for the occasion. The event was held outdoors and Rania from Jordan took great care with the decorations, all handmade, which were dominated by wheat ears, lamps, incense, dishes in earthy and reddish tones, which showed the creativity of the country's artisans. The music was traditional and was provided by Jordanian artist Nida Shara'a. Halim Music and Diana Karazan and Zainawad, to folk groups, also entertained the evening. The monarch's wife greeted her guests as follows: "I am so happy that everyone can be here to celebrate with us. Today is a special day for the entire Jordanian family. Our joy is the same, near or far. You are all in our hearts today." The bride wore, as tradition dictates, a sumptuous ivory gown, decorated with gold embroidery, in Arabic style and a white veil, while her mother and the other women in her family received Rania and the other guests. Queen Rania, happy and radiant, chose a gown of sky blue color with embroidery and jewels. Rania welcomed the palace and gave a stirring speech in which she mentioned her son's bride. "At last I have a daughter-in-law. Rajwa is my hope before God for Prince Hussein. Hussein is my first joy, my eldest son, and I always dreamed of seeing him as a boyfriend." Rania described Rajwa as the sweetest and most beautiful bride-to-be and that for her she is still one in her family, as are her daughters Ayman and Salma. "I will never forget how happy your majesty and I were when Hussein told us he wanted to marry Rajwa. Support each other with another." The queen also noted that her daughter is often a reflection of her mother, calling the crown prince's future mother-in-law by the name Azza, whom she called a jewel. Rania recalled that 2 months ago she was in the position her mother-in-law is in now, and she knows how it feels. "Hussein and I will take the best care of Rajwa. This is her country and she will be among her family and her people," the Queen's office said. "As mothers, all we really want is to make sure our children are happy. We often wonder if we have done everything we can to raise them." In the last days of the late King Hussein and before his passing,